What's up, everybody? I'm going to do a quick review of the Phillipi coan deadlift 1 rep max gainer program, and just a little bit of history behind the program. Basically, although it's called Phillipi coan, it's actually it wasn't created by Ed Coan, the famous and notorious deadlifter, one of the best of all time. It had nothing to do with Ed Coan at all, actually. I don't know where Phillipi comes into this either. Phillipi was a strongman. I think it was around in the 90s or 2000s or something, early 2000s maybe. And the program itself is actually really solid. I've been doing it for the last 7 weeks, so let's get into it. Okay, so just a few notes. First of all, did it work for me? Yes, the program worked. I increased my deadlift by 5 kilograms, my 1 rep max deadlift with no hitching, by 5 kilograms. And that's my goal at the moment, to increase my 1 rep max deadlifts without hitching. So could it work for you? Definitely. It's worth giving it a shot. I probably increased it even by 7.5 kilograms, but I have one session left yet to confirm that. But definitely I got the reps in the intensity block pretty easily, so it really worked well. Some of the reps in the volume block were more difficult. Did I follow the program strictly? The answer is yes and no. Basically, I switched to truck pull. I switched the bent over rows for a truck pull. Excuse me, I just had a shake. Because I've got a strongman competition coming up, and I know there's a truck pull in it now. The events have been released. So I started training that in the last couple of weeks. The underhand lat pull down didn't work as an assistant exercise for me. The reason is that my pressing routine at the moment suffers when I do too much horizontal rowing or underhand pulling in any style, because it really hits the back of my shoulders pretty well, and this means that I essentially just don't recover quick enough in time for my overhead pressing. And if that's not happening, then I don't hit the numbers I want to hit on my overhead pressing. Okay, so underhand lat pull down was something I switched for that reason. Hyperextensions I also swapped in for good mornings in the last couple of weeks, just because it took longer to set up the good mornings, and it was easier from a time perspective to get in the hyperextensions, to just grab a heavy weight, heavy dumbbell, and just start doing them. And in my opinion, the hyperextensions worked in a pretty similar way. Okay, so do I recommend it? Totally. If you are a bodybuilder, I definitely recommend it. If you are someone wanting to increase your 1 rep max, I recommend it. It worked for me. That's the purpose of the program. Would I recommend doing it more than once, for more than one cycle, for 2 or 3 cycles, for instance? No, I wouldn't. Not me personally, because I think it's probably a program that succeeds because it has a bit of a shock factor on your body, and certainly for me anyway, I'm a strength trainer and I'm all about strength. I don't normally train with such short rest periods, and I think this was a factor in its success for me. So there's a few things to consider there. I'll actually post the link of the program below so that you can try it at home if you are somebody who's looking to increase your deadlift, or you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to get your body more conditioned. I think if you maintain a caloric surplus, you will gain muscle with this routine as well, especially during the volume block. So I think it can benefit bodybuilders or people who want to look good or have larger muscles or tone up as well. And definitely it's the first block, the volume block, is very good for conditioning, and the intensity block is good for strength work.